Shabbat shalom, Rasta here. Praise the mighty Yah, bro. Go for the what?
You already started.
Not yet. Oh.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, drink.
Yeah.
Two drinks.
Shalom, shalom, Andrea, Israel. Praise the mighty Yah, sister. Yeah. Shabbat shalom. Shalom, shalom, Miss Rob, one love. Praise the mighty Yah, sister. Yeah. Shalom, shalom, Hebrew, Eric Harley, praise the mighty Yahweh. Get started in a few more minutes. Shalom, shalom, Candace G. Praise the mighty Yah. Wisdom, no time to lack. The righteous king is coming back. When he returns, it'll be pitch black. Can you hear him when we talk back? Where you running? Ain't no hiding place. We gon' obey every human race. We chose a king that's in his place. I can't run the race. Special holy ways. And it's official. Another new moon. Blow the horns, blow the whistle. Everybody sing, everybody cling. Blow the trumpets loud, let the cymbals bang. On the Sabbath day, let the cymbals bang. Everybody scream, Yah is the king. Yah, Yah, Yah. We praising Yah over here. Don't you ever disrespect my creator right here. What you thought I was playing? You must be thinking I'm just saying. You must be got me confused if I don't say nothing, man. You must be think you gon' reign. You gon' respect my king. This take the place when you come to try to do your own thing. No wonder why everything's out of order. You say you know the Father, but really you for the slaughter. It's your demise. Stay calm like still water before you get rebuked from all of his sons and daughters. Seek wisdom, no time to lack. Bloodline, the righteous king is coming back. Bloodline, when he returns, it'll be pitch black. Bloodline, can you hear it? Who we talk back? Bloodline, where you running? Ain't no hiding place. Bloodline, he gon' bring every human race. Bloodline, he chose a kid that's in his place. Bloodline, I can't remember he turned grace. That's some holy way.
Righteousness and royalty up in my bloodline. It was always meant for me to be that sunshine, to shine bright in a dark world with a light. Every day we fight and we still on the front lines. I will not relent till my last breath spent. I am not content till Yahweh get his revenge. Cause he is Abba Yah and we're the apple of his eye. We're the seed of Abraham since when we go chasing bribes. We got the bloodline of kings. We gon' rise again when we step up in that land. In the mountains we'll sing, won't have to worry about a thing. Those who hurting you gon' be serving you, and that's gon' be their daily routine. So don't you get it? Only fools gon' forsake their inheritance. This life's only a test, but there's no age for your arrogance. We're the children of Yah, and there's nothing that's better than it's our joy and our medicine, and our loss is irrelevant.
Seek wisdom, no time to lack. Bloodline, the righteous king is coming back. Bloodline, when he returns, it'll be pitch black. Bloodline, can you hear it? Who we talk back? Bloodline, where you running? Ain't no hiding place. Bloodline, he gon' bring every human race. Bloodline, he chose a kid that's in his place. Bloodline, I can't remember he turned grace. That's some holy way.
I'm from a bloodline of king. Just check out my history. In the Torah, talk about it, so it ain't a mystery. King David was a soldier, so you know that war. Yeah, stand forever like I statue. I thank God for waking up. Understanding was real. Yes, we really got people. Jerusalem, our homeland, the land of milk and honey. We rising up like Yah students when they went to war. And when the most I stop the sun, you know they won the war. Israelites, we here. Only Yah we fear. Think about our history, Babylon is here. Oppressing chain dying, yeah, it won't be forever. We keep the faith in the Most High and obey His commandment. We got the bloodline of King, Yah, He be our King. We got the bloodline of King, Yah, He be our King. Think about it, it's real. Think about it, we here. We got the bloodline of King, Yah, He be our King.
Hey, no time to lack. Bloodline, the righteous king is coming back. Bloodline, when he returns, it'll be pitch black. Bloodline, can you hear it? Who we talk back? Bloodline, where you running? Ain't no hiding place. Bloodline, he gon' bring every human race. Bloodline, he chose a kid that's in his place. Bloodline, I can't remember he turned grace. That's some holy way. No time to lack. Bloodline, the righteous king is coming back. Bloodline, when he returns, it'll be pitch black. Bloodline, can you hear it? Who we talk back? Bloodline, where you running? Ain't no hiding place. Bloodline, he gon' bring every human race. Bloodline, he chose a kid that's in his place. Bloodline, I can't remember he turned grace. That's some holy way. Holy way. Holy way.
Shabbat shalom, brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm Yahudah ben Israel. I'm a Hebrew servant of the Most High Yah. And I want to give all honor, glory, worship, and praise to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Now today's topic, I'm gonna talk about Israel and the other people, how stiff-necked and how they won't believe in Yah. That's what the topic gonna be about. So I want everybody to hold their comments and questions till I get through teaching my lesson. Then we're gonna talk about it. So with further ado, I'm gonna start off in the book of Exodus. Go to Exodus 32. Talk about the stiff-necked people and the people that won't believe in Yah. So I want to start off in Exodus 32 in the first verse.
Exodus chapter 32, verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount.
Now Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights getting the law, and the people got impatient. They didn't want to wait. Read.
The people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us deities which shall go before us.
Now, ain't they retarded and stupid how these people were? The Almighty showed them how he plagued Pharaoh, drowned Pharaoh's army, and did all this to the Egyptians. And now they getting impatient. But that's the way of our people. See, black people ain't got no patience. They want it right now and right then. And so it's a read.
For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what has become of him.
The man that Moses brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what happened to him. We don't know where he at or what he doing or nothing. But see, these people is impatient. Read.
And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives.
Because Aaron evidently feared the people more than he feared Yah. He told the people to break off their earrings and stuff. Read.
Of your sons and of your daughters, and bring them unto me.
Bring all the gold to me.
And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graven tool, after he had made it a molten calf.
Now he took all this jewelry and gold and made a molten calf after the Most High and showed these ignorant, stupid people all his miracles and everything that he had done. They're going to build a golden calf. Read.
And they said, These be thy deities, O Israel.
Now, how dumb and stupid can you be? This is my God. That's what the people said way back then. So way back then, these people saw and heard the voice of Yah and saw the miracles of Yah. So just imagine today, we going on faith and belief. And then with Almighty still working because we see it through his weather. So read.
Which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to Yahweh. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And Yahweh said unto Moses,
Now this was because Yahweh saw this from heaven now.
Go, get thee down.
He told Moses to get thee down, leave me.
For thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves.
Now, how did they corrupted themselves? By making a golden calf out of their earrings and stuff. They didn't have no faith and was stiff-necked and didn't believe nothing Yahweh did and said. Read.
They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them.
And that's how we do. We turn quickly. We'll do right for 1 minute, then we go back to doing evil and wrong. We'll do right for 1 minute, then we go back to doing evil and wrong. You turn quickly. 1 minute you serving Yah, the next minute you going to the New Testament. The 1 minute you serving Yah, next thing you going to the Quran and all them other books. Read.
They have made them a molten calf.
They have made another God.
And have worshipped it.
And the same thing our people doing today. They believe in the New Testament. They believe in the Quran. They believe in all these books. And they worship out these other books that the Most High Yah ain't never had nothing to do with. Read.
And have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy deities.
This is my God, the people said back then. In the New Testament, right now, they're saying JC is their God and the Muslim God is their God. They saying that today now.
O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen this people.
Yahweh said, I've seen these people.
And behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
Hold it. Look up the word stiff-necked. Let me let y'all read and understand what the word stiff-necked mean. So you won't have no doubts on what it means. What do stiff-necked mean?
Stiff-necked,
stubborn, unyielding,
Stubborn person, can't tell them nothing. Hard-headed and stubborn. Read.
arrogant,
Arrogant, know everything, can't tell them nothing.
and proud,
And proud, chest stuck all out, can't tell them nothing. They mess don't stink no more. They proud. They think they all that. They think they can't be touched. Read.
The phrase a stiff-necked people is a figure of speech for rebellion and disobedience taken from stubborn domestic animals such as oxen that turn their shoulders away from the yoke.
He comparing Israel to an ox, because the ox is stubborn. Read.
And refuse to follow directions.
And refuse to follow Yah. Direction. These people refuse to follow the laws and statutes and judgment commandments, but they'll go over in this New Testament and listen to what Paul, Peter, and Luke and John said. They'll go to the Quran and listen to what Muhammad said and all them other clown people said. Read.
Israel was stiff-necked in refusing to obey the word of God and following after idolatry and immorality.
See, Israel rather worship another God than their own God. We always have been like this from the beginning of time. That's mean it don't surprise me. That's mean it's not shocking to me. That's mean it's not amazing to me, because our people did this way thousands and thousands of years ago, and they still doing it today. So y'all ain't, hey man, listen, I know the book, so I know what kind of people I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a stiff-necked, hard-headed, brainwashed, bamboos, and no good people. That's what I'm dealing with. Read.
Hey, Yahweh, I'm sorry. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them.
Now that was Yahweh told Mo, leave me alone, because I'm mad as Hell at these people.
And that I may consume them.
That I might kill them with the quickness.
And I will make of thee a great nation.
Then I'm going to make of thee a great nation. Read.
And Moses besought Yahweh as Elohim.
And Yahweh begged Moses, and Moses begged Yahweh.
And said, Yahweh, why do thou wrath wax hot against thy people?
Why is you angry and upset at these people?
Which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand.
And you the one did this, Yah. So what you read?
Wherefore should the Egyptians speak?
When the Egyptians hear about this, they're going to speak and say,
for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains.
He only brought the children of Israel out to slay them. That's what the Egyptians going to say.
And to consume them from the face of the earth. Turn from thy fierce wrath.
Don't be upset and mad, Yahweh.
And repent of this evil against thy people.
And forgive these people for their evil. Now this is Moses talking to Yah.
Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thy own self, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And Yahweh repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people.
Now why did the Almighty repent? He stopped doing it because of Moses humbled himself, prayed to Yahweh, and begged Yahweh for mercy not to kill these people. If it wasn't for that, these people there wouldn't be nobody on earth. Read.
And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of the testimony were in his hand.
He had the law in his hand.
The tables were written on both their sides, and on the one side and on the other were they written. And the tables were the work of Elohim.
This was Yahweh's work.
And the writing was the writing of Elohim.
Yahweh wrote this.
Graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mastery.
They ain't shouting for the mastery.
Neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome.
They ain't happy because of what Yahweh did. Read.
But the noise of them that sing do I hear. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh to the camp, that he saw the calf.
Now when Moses came down, he saw the calf, the golden calf that his brother and all the people had made.
And the dancing.
They was dancing around it.
And Moses' anger waxed hot.
Now he hot just like the Most High was. He's maybe salty and mad.
And he cast the tables out of his hands.
And he broke them.
and he brake them beneath the mount.
That's right.
And he took the calf which they had made and burnt it in the fire.
He burnt this golden calf up in a fire
And ground it to powder.
And ground it up into powder.
And strawed it upon the water.
And threw the powder up on the water.
And made the children of Israel drink of it.
And he made the children of Israel drink they sin, what they have sinned with. This golden calf that these people made, he crunched it up real fine like flour, and he threw it out there in the water, and he made them drink it. Read.
And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my master wax hot. Thou knowest the people, that they are set on mischief.
These people is evil, because mischief means evil. He know that these people is evil and wicked, just like they is today. Same people, just a different time frame. Same people, but ain't nothing changed. Read.
For they said unto me, make us deities which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what's become of him.
And the reason why they did, they said, well, Moses went to get the law in 40 days and 40 nights. He was gone so long, we didn't know what happened to him. We thought a bird had ate him up or something happened to him. So we got impatient and we wanted another God, because we didn't have no faith and we were stiff-necked, and we wanted to do like the other people doing, like in Egypt. Because when we was in Egypt, we saw the Egyptians had thousands of gods, millions of gods, whatever, and we wanted to go just like, so he's been brainwashed. They still had the Egyptian the Egypt mentality. Just like these people in America, they still got the American mentality. They haven't seen and searched out. Yeah, that's when they still believe in the New Testament, the church and the Quran and JC and all this old junk, because you still been brainwashed. Your mind is still corrupt and you mentally disturbed, just like these people was. Read.
And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf. And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies, then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on Yahweh's side?
Now, he gave him a choice. He gave him a second chance. Who was on Yahweh's side? Watch this, y'all.
Let him come unto me.
Everybody that love Yahweh and me, come over here to me. Now you got a choice to either go right or go left or go over there, stay there. Read. Now watch this.
And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him.
All the Levites came together and went with Moses. Read.
And he said unto them, thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel, put every man his sword by his side.
Get you a sword and put in your hand and put in your side. Now watch what they finna do.
And go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp.
Go through all the land, through the camp, all the children of Israel, and kill them all. Watch this.
And slay every man his brother.
Slay every man his brother. Why? Because they built a golden calf and they turned their back on Yahweh.
And every man his companion, and every man his neighbor.
That's right. Go with this sword, do some killing.
And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses.
They did everything that Moses said. Moses said, go handle that business. Go kill everything that moves.
And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men.
Moses had 3,000 men killed. Now that don't sound like love your enemies to me. Read.
For Moses had said, consecrate yourselves today to Yahweh, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day.
Yeah, to give, bestow means to give, right.
And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses said unto the people,
this is what Moses told the people.
Ye have sinned a great sin.
Now, what is a great sin? See, it's a difference between a sin and a great sin. A great sin is idolatry. When you go and serve a New Testament, a Quran, a Hadith, or any other man or any other God, that's a great sin when you go and serve another God. Talking about this man is this and this man, stop that. Read.
And now I will go up unto Yahweh. Peradventure I shall make an atonement for your sin.
Go make an atonement for the children's sins.
And Moses returned unto Yahweh and said, Oh, This people have sinned a great sin.
A great sin, had made a golden calf, had made another god. So all you people right now today, if you are idolater, if you serving anything other than Yahweh, you are idolater. When you believe in the New Testament, you are idolater. When you believe in the Quran, the Hadith, or any other book, you are idolater, because them other gods is in them other books and Yahweh is not in there. Read.
And have made them deities of gold.
And had made them a golden calf.
Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sin, and if not, blot me, I pray thee,
That's when Moses tried to die for the people and he couldn't do it.
out of thy book which thou hast written. And Yahweh said unto Moses, whosoever have sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book.
That's right. Yahweh said, whoever sinned against me, them the one. Can't nobody say nobody. I'm going to kill the ones that sinned against me. That's what he said.
Therefore now go, lead the people unto the place of which I have spoken unto thee. Behold, my angel shall go before thee.
Yahweh says angel will go before Moses, but that's all I wanted. Now let's go to chapter 33, verse 1. The same, 33 and 1.
Exodus chapter 33, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, depart and go up hence, thou and the people which thou hast brought up out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swore unto Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, unto thy seed will I give it, and I will send an angel before thee.
See, the Almighty sent his angels out. He got deaf angels and he got righteous angels. He do this. Read.
And I will drive out the Canaanite, the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. For I will not go up in the midst of thee, for thou art a stiff-necked people.
I ain't going with you because you are a stiff-necked people.
Lest I consume thee in the way.
Lest I kill all y'all in the way.
And when the people heard these evil tidings, they mourned, and no man did put on him his ornaments. For Yahweh has said unto Moses, say unto the children of Israel.
Now this is what Yahweh told Moses to tell the children of Israel.
Ye are a stiff-necked people.
And right now today, you're still a stiff-necked people, because I'm doing the same thing Moses doing. I'm popping corn and telling people what thus said Yah said. I don't want no glory. I ain't a fart in the windstorm. I'm just a tool that the Most High uses to get his point across and his words across. All I want you to do is obey Yahweh, like the shirt say. I don't want you to do nothing else, no more or no less. Don't glorify me, because I ain't a fart in the windstorm and I ain't a poot in the wind, and I'm on earth to bow down to Yahweh and teach his people the right way to go. Read.
I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment and consume thee. Therefore now put off thy ornaments from thee, that I may know what to do unto thee. And the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by the Mount Horeb. And Moses took the tabernacle.
Okay, that's all I wanted. Yeah, that's all I want. Okay, go to Exodus 34. Let's start the first verse.
Exodus chapter 34, verse 1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables.
I'm going to give you the second table of stone, because you had broke the first one, so I'm going to give you the same law and the same statute of the words that I wrote to put on the same on this stone. Read.
Which thou breakest.
That's right.
And be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount.
He told him to come to Mount Sinai. Read.
And no man shall come up with thee.
And come by yourself, Moses, because I don't want nobody but you to come, because you my right-hand man.
Neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds feed before that mount.
That's right.
And he hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning, and went up unto Mount Sinai, as Yahweh had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone. And Yahweh descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of Yahweh. And Yahweh passed by before him, and proclaimed, Yahweh, Yahweh of Elohim, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth.
Yahweh is all of this now.
keeping mercy for thousands,
Yahweh he's showing mercy to thousands,
forgiving iniquity and transgression
and he forgiving thousands for what they have did.
and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and to the fourth generation. And Moses made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshiped. And he said, If now I have found grace in thy sight, O Yahweh, let my let my Yahweh, I pray thee, go among us, for it is a stiff-necked people.
So these are hard-headed, rebellious, stiff-necked people right now today. Because they want to believe in another book and not Yahweh's book.
And pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thy inheritance. And he said, Behold, I make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of Yahweh. For it is a terrible thing that I will do for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee.
Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 9. Let's see, Deuteronomy 9. Number 9 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1.
Oh, let me see if I want to start right there. Let's see. Now, I'll start at the 6th verse.
Verse 6. Understand therefore that Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. Remember and forget not how thou provokest Yahweh thy Elohim to wrath in the wilderness,
And we did that. Our people did that.
from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt until ye came unto this place. Ye have been rebellious against Yahweh.
You have been rebellious against Yahweh. Don't want to do nothing that Yahweh say do.
Also in Horeb ye provoked Yahweh to wrath, so that Yahweh was angry with you to have destroyed you. When I was gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which Yahweh made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights.
That's how long Moses stayed in the mount, 40 days and 40 nights. And watch this, y'all.
I neither did eat bread nor drink water.
Now, how many people that you know can go 40 days and 40 nights without no food and water? Boy, that's the mighty Yah for you. Moses, the only one I ever read in this book that went 40 days and 40 nights without eating and still was living. Because you can't go no more than 7, 8 days without no water. You can't do it. Well, yeah, that's right. Read.
And Yahweh delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of Elohim, and on them was written according to all the words which Yahweh spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that Yahweh gave me the 2 tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant. And Yahweh said unto me, Arise, get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them.
They started out doing right, but now they're doing wrong. They quickly changed their mind. That's what people do, though.
They have made them a molten image. Furthermore, Yahweh spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
They are hard-headed people.
Let me alone, that I may destroy them.
Now, this is the same thing that he said over in Exodus. He's saying it again.
And blot out their name from under heaven, and I will make of thee a nation mightier and greater than they. So I turned and came down from the mount, and the mount burned with fire, and the 2 tables of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I looked, and behold, Ye have sinned against Yahweh your Elohim.
Every time you go into another book, every time you believe in the Quran and the New Testament, you sin it against Yah. If you believe in any other book other than the Old Testament, you sin it against Yah. Now read that again.
And I looked, and behold, ye have sinned against Yahweh your Elohim, and had made you a molten calf. Ye had turned aside quickly out of the way which Yahweh had commanded you.
You stop keeping the commandments, you stop keeping his laws and statutes because you listen to what a preacher saying, your mama saying, your grandmama saying, and other people saying. You quickly turn away because you trusting in man instead of Yah. Read.
And I took the 2 tables, and cast them out of my 2 hands, and brake them before your eyes. And I fell down before Yahweh as at the first, 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water.
That's right. Cold-blooded man right there. Can't nobody do it but Moses.
Because of all your sins which he sinned, and doing wickedly in the sight of Yahweh, to provoke him to anger.
And they still doing it right now today.
For I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure, wherewith Yahweh was wroth against you to destroy you. But Yahweh hearkened unto me at that time also.
Yahweh listened to Moses. Name me anybody that he listened to in the New Testament. He ain't listening to nobody in the New Testament. He never talked in the Quran. He never talked in the Hadith. He never talked in no other book. That's the only book that the Most High talked in. Read.
And Yahweh was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him.
He would have destroyed him if it weren't for Moses.
And I prayed for Aaron also the same time.
I pray for Aaron. That's right. Because Yahweh will listen to a man. He listened to Moses, but he ain't gonna listen to nobody in no New Testament at all. Read.
And I took your sin, the calf which ye had made, and burnt it with fire, and stamped it, and ground it very small, even until it was as small as dust. And I cast the dust thereof into the brook that descended out of the mount, and at Tab-erah, and at Massa, and at Kiroth Hatava, ye provoked Yahweh to wrath. Likewise, when Yahweh sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and possess the land which I have given you, then ye rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh your Elohim.
Stop keeping the commandment. That's how you rebel. When you stop keeping the commandments of Yahweh, you rebel against Yahweh, and He's gonna cut your head off.
And ye believed him not.
You don't believe nothing Yahweh said, but you believe everything T.D.J. Creflo, Dollar, Joe Osteen, Farrakhan, Muhammad, and all the mother books. You believe everything they say, but you won't believe nothing Yahweh say. You the biggest fool, Sister Georgia. Read.
Nor hearken to his voice.
You ain't gonna listen to Yahweh's voice because his voice is only in the Old Testament and no other book.
Ye have been rebellious against Yahweh from the day that I knew you.
Ever since you come out the womb, the day I knew you, from day one, you've been rebellious against Yah. And boy, he gonna bust your head too.
Thus I fell down before Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights, as I fell down at the first, because Yahweh had said he would destroy you.
And the only reason why the Almighty Yahweh didn't destroy the children of Israel back then, because Moses prayed for them. And the same thing go today. If a righteous, humble dude to keep all Yahweh laws and statutes and precepts and judgments, if he pray for that person, the Almighty will have mercy on him. Read.
I prayed therefore unto Yahweh, and said, O Yahweh Elohim, destroy not thy people and thy
I prayed to Yahweh, don't destroy these evil, rotten, no good, dirty, ain't worth 2 dead fly people.
which thou hast redeemed through thy greatness, which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember thy servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look not unto the stubbornness of this people.
Because the stubbornness of this people mean they want to do what they want to do. Hard-headed, stubbornness. Can't tell them nothing. They think they know everything.
Nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin, lest the land whence thou broughtest us out say, because Yahweh was not able to bring them into the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he had brought them out to slay them in the wilderness.
Okay, but that's all I needed with that. Okay, go to Deuteronomy 10. I'm start at let's see. 12. Yeah, start at Deuteronomy 10 and 12 verse.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, What do Yahweh the Elohim require of thee?
What do Yahweh want you to do? What do he require of you?
But to fear Yahweh thy Elohim,
Yahweh wants you to fear him.
to walk in all his ways,
That means do everything that the Old Testament say do.
and to love him,
And when you love him, you're going to keep all his commandments, laws, and statutes, and precepts.
and to serve Yahweh thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So when you serve and love Yahweh with all your heart and might and soul, that means you ain't going to believe in no other book. That means you ain't going to go to the New Testament or the mother books. You ain't going to be studying them. Read.
To keep the commandments of Yahweh,
Because Yahweh only wrote his commandments in one book, and that's the Old Testament.
and his statutes,
He only wrote his statutes in one book, and that's the Old Testament.
which I command thee this day for thy good.
And that's what's going to be good for you when you do this.
Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is Yahweh's thy Elohim.
Everything belongs to Yah.
The earth also,
Everything belongs to Yah.
with all that therein is.
Everything belongs to Yah.
Only Yahweh had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day.
He chose the Hebrew Israelites over everybody on earth.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart,
Circumcise the foreskin of your heart,
and be no more stiff-necked,
and stop doing what you want to do. Stop doing the thing that you want to do and do what the law say.
for Yahweh your Elohim is Elohim of deities,
He God over every God on the earth.
and Yahweh of masters, a great Elohim, a mighty and a terrible, which regarded not persons, nor take it reward.
That's right. You can't pay Yahweh off. All he wants you to do is keep his law. He don't want your money, and he ain't never asked nobody for no money.
He doeth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow,
He look out for the fatherless and the widow,
and loveth the stranger,
and the stranger too, when they do right in his eyes.
and giving him food and raiment.
That's right, because he take care of the whole earth.
Love ye therefore the stranger.
Love ye for the stranger.
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
That's right. That means don't mistreat and do nobody wrong. When he's saying this, don't mistreat and do nobody wrong for no reason.
Thou shalt fear Yahweh the Elohim, him shalt thou serve.
We're supposed to serve Yahweh only.
And to him shalt thou cleave.
We're supposed to be cleaving to Yah.
And swear by his name.
And swear by his name only.
He is thy praise.
And that's the only person you're supposed to be praising is Yahweh.
And he is thy Elohim.
He the only God.
That have done for thee these great and terrible things, which thine eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons, and now Yahweh thy Elohim hath made thee as the stars of heaven for multitude.
That's right. Okay, then let's go to Ezekiel. Cold-blooded right here, y'all. Let me see. Ezekiel. I think I want Ezekiel. Oh yeah, Ezekiel chapter 2, start the first verse.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
I send you to the children of Israel like he sent me to the children of Israel. Watch this, y'all. He sent Moses, Abraham, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all the prophets and his servants. Read.
To a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me.
I have sent you to a rebellious nation that ain't studying Yah.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me.
And they have transgressed against him, and they still doing it today.
Even unto this very day.
That's right. Read.
For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
And Yahweh know that the children of Israel are stiff-necked and hard-headed and rebellious and don't want no parts of him.
I do send thee unto them.
I'm sending Ezekiel, but he sent me too. Because I'm popping corn just like the prophets did back in the day. Read.
And thou shalt say unto them,
This what you tell the people, and I'm telling them today.
Thus saith Yahweh Elohim.
And every time I get on here, I say, Thus said Yah. Thus said Yah. I'm saying the same thing Ezekiel and Moses said. Read.
And they say, whether they will hear or what,
I don't care if they want to hear or not. I know y'all ain't studying me. I know you don't want to hear it, but the book said I got to tell you anyway. Read.
or whether they will forbear.
That's right. Tell them whether they hear it, whether they won't hear it or not.
For they are a rebellious house.
Yahweh know you ain't studying them. He know you're a rebellious heart. But he said, I get one out of city and two out of family. That's what he say. He knows somebody on this internet love him more than they love anybody in the world. It's right. Not all y'all, but just some of y'all. Read.
Yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Then they gonna know that the prophet been. What verse you at?
6.
Okay.
And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words.
Don't be studying. Don't be scared of, because they gonna talk about it. They gonna throw you on the bus. They gonna hate on you like they do me.
Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou doest dwell among scorpions.
I'm dwelling among scorpions in this world.
Be not afraid of their words.
But I ain't studying nothing you're talking about.
Nor be dismayed at their looks.
That's right. You can't intimidate me. I'm a silverback gorilla. I ain't studying you. I ain't scared of you either. Read.
Though they be a rebellious house.
Though they'll be a rebellious house, they hate Yahweh and ain't gonna do nothing he say.
And thou shalt speak my words unto them.
I'm gonna tell you what thus said Yah said. That's me. I'm gonna tell you what Yahweh said. Not what Paul, Peter, Luke, and John them hillbillies said, because I ain't studying them. I'm telling you what thus said Yah. Read.
Whether they will hear.
I'm gonna tell you whether you want to hear it or not on the internet.
Or whether they will forbear.
That's right.
For they are most rebellious.
I know you're hard-headed and hate me, and you hate Yahweh and me. I know you hate me, but I ain't studying. Yahweh say popcorn, and that's what I'm gonna do. Read.
But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house.
Don't be like these people. I can't be like the wicked people of this earth.
Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent upon me.
Okay, that's all I needed. Don't be like these evil people. That's right. Okay, go to Jeremiah. The Almighty Yahweh say, tell them even if they don't want to hear, still tell them. And that's what I'm going to do all the way to the grave, y'all. I'm going to tell you, I know you hate me, but I don't care. I ain't studying. I got to do what Yahweh say do. I ain't thinking about what no man talking about. He don't know what he talking about. Almighty ain't did it, man. Almighty work with me, fool. You got to be retarded. You think Yahweh ain't with me? You got to be retarded as a fool. Okay, Jeremiah 17 and start at 19 verse.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 19. Thus said Yahweh unto me, go and stand in the gate of the children of the people.
Go and stand in the gate of the children of the people.
Whereby the kings of Judah come in.
That's right.
And by the which they go out, and all the gates of Jerusalem, and say unto them, hear ye the word of Yahweh.
Hear the word of Yah.
Ye kings of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem that enter in by these gates. Thus saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it.
Take heed to yourselves, and bear no burden on the Sabbath day.
Don't you be burning no burden on the Sabbath day. JC them walking through the corn, eating this and eating that and doing it. Don't put no burden. Don't do no burdens on the Sabbath day.
Nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem.
Don't do this in Jerusalem, because that's the Most High's house.
Neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day.
That's right. Don't do this on the Sabbath day.
Neither do ye any work.
Don't do this on the Sabbath day.
But hallow ye the Sabbath day.
Hallow the Sabbath day.
As I commanded your fathers.
Just like I told your fathers back in the days.
But they obey not.
But these people ain't going to obey Yahweh.
Neither incline their ears.
They don't want to hear nothing Yahweh got to say.
but made their necks stiff.
But made their neck stick. Oh, you can't tell me nothing. I'm grown. I got a plaque on my wall. I make $50 an hour. How you gonna tell me something? I'm self-sufficient. I'm independent. I got my own everything. Which I can tell you what Yahweh said, fool.
That they might not hear,
They ain't gonna hear
nor receive instruction.
and ain't gonna receive instructions. They ain't gonna hear. They ain't gonna. But you tell them anyway.
And it shall come to pass, if ye diligently hearken unto me,
If you seriously listen to Yah,
saith Yahweh, to bring in no burden through the gates of this city on the Sabbath day, but hallow the Sabbath day, to do no work therein, then shall there enter into the gates of this city kings and princes sitting upon the throne of David,
upon the throne of David and nobody else,
riding in chariots and on horses, they and their princes, the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and this city shall remain forever.
That's right, but they didn't do that. That's when they tore down and they messed all up right now because they didn't hallow the Sabbath day. Okay, let's go to Nehemiah. Okay, Nehemiah. Let me see what I want. Yeah, Nehemiah. Let me see. Yeah, Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 13. Yeah.
Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 13. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgment,
And true laws,
good statutes,
and good statutes and commandments.
and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath,
Yahweh's holy Sabbath,
and commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses thy servant.
That's right. He did it by the hand of Moses, his servant.
And gavest them bread from heaven for their hunger, and broughtest forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and promises them that they should go in to possess the land which thou hast sworn to give them. But they and our fathers dealt proudly, and hardened their necks.
After all this Yahweh had showed and did for them, they hardened their necks and proudly,
and hearkened not to thy commandments,
and didn't do none of Yahweh's commandments,
and refused to obey,
and they refused to obey Yahweh.
neither were mindful of thy wonders that thou didst among them.
All they want to do is obey the New Testament, obey the Quran, obey them other books. Now you obey them other books, which Yahweh never had nothing to do with them. He never spoke in them or none of that. He never put his laws and statutes and judgment precept in them other books. But you obey what Paul say. You obey what Muhammad say. You obey what the Egyptologists say. You obey what everybody in the world say. You the biggest fool in town. Read.
But harden their necks.
But you're hard in the neck when it comes to Yahweh's law, and he the one woke you up this morning, fool.
And in their rebellion appointed a captain to return to their bondage. But thou art an Elohim ready to pardon.
But Yahweh a forgiving God. He can forgive you no matter what you did or what you doing. All he wants you to do is stop and turn to him. Change.
Gracious and merciful.
And he all this.
Slow to anger.
Slow to anger, because if he wasn't slow to anger, wouldn't be nobody on earth. He'd been killed everybody.
And of great kindness.
And great kindness, because he woke you up this morning. He let you go to work. He let you do a lot of things every day.
And forsookest them not. Yea, when they had made them a molten calf, and said, This is thy Elohim that brought thee up out of Egypt.
Now, how dumb and stupid can you get? After what the Most High Yahweh that showed you, you gonna give it to a golden calf? You a mental case. Something wrong with you. Okay, that's all I really needed. Let's go to Deuteronomy 31. Back to the front. Okay. What did I say? 30. Okay, Deuteronomy 31. and start at the 21, 31. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 21. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear. Moses therefore wrote this song the same day, and taught it the children of Israel. And he gave Joshua the son of Nun a charge, and said,
Mm-hmm.
Be strong and of a good courage, for thou shalt bring the children of Israel into the land which I swore unto them, and I will be with thee. And it came to pass, when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in a book until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites which bear the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, saying, Take this book of the law.
Take the Old Testament, the book of the law, because it was written on scrolls in Hebrew back in the day. It wasn't written in English in a book. In this kind of book, it was written on scrolls in Hebrew.
And put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your Elohim,
Read.
that it may be therefore a witness against thee. For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against Yahweh.
Ever since I've been on earth, y'all been rebellious against Yahweh, Moses saying.
And how much more after my death?
And you're going to get worse than this when I die.
Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears.
That's right.
And call heaven and earth to record against them.
That's right.
For I know that after my death ye will utterly corrupt yourselves.
Moses said, I know when I die, you're gonna go back to eating pork chops. You're gonna go to church. You're gonna believe in Hamashiach and Yahshua and the Quran and all these other books. That when I die, you're gonna go to the right.
And turn aside from the way which I have commanded you.
And you're gonna start doing evil. You're doing right now, but as soon as I die, you're gonna go to you back to your wicked ways. Start going back to church, celebrating these holidays, eating ham and chitlins, and doing everything that the Most High hate. Read.
And evil will befall you in the latter days.
And everything you do wrong, evil gonna befall you. You ain't gonna have nothing but bad luck, hard times, a curse, and a punishment, and what names everything evil gonna happen to you when you go against what Yah say. Read.
Because ye will do evil in the sight of Yahweh.
Because you're going to start doing evil in the sight of Yahweh. You're going to do things that Yahweh hate.
To provoke him to anger.
And when you do this, you're going to provoke him to anger. You're going to get shot, stabbed, killed, 100 years in the penitentiary. You're going to break it off in you. That's right. When you go to doing evil, believing in the mother books, and thinking this man died for your sin, he the only begotten son, you got to go through him to get to Yahweh. When you go to thinking like that, evil going to befall you.
And Moses spake in the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of this song until they were ended.
That's right. That's all I needed. Okay. Go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 15. Now, we're going to talk about the belief now. Okay. I want Genesis. Let's see. We're going to Genesis first verse.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 1. After these things, the word of Yahweh came unto Abram in a vision.
He came to Abram in a vision, saying,
Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield.
I'm going to protect you, Abram. Don't be scared of nothing.
And thy exceeding great reward.
You're going to have a great reward coming.
And Abram said, Yahweh Elohim, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless?
What you going to give me? Because I ain't got no kids right now.
And the steward of my house is this Eleazar of Damascus. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. And behold, the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thy own bowels shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. And he believed in Yahweh.
He believed Yahweh.
And he counted it to him for righteousness. And he said unto him, I am Yahweh that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees to give thee this land to inherit. And he said, Yahweh Elohim, whereby shall I know that I
That's
shall...
all. That's all I need. I wanted to prove to them that Abraham believed Yahweh, just like Moses believed Yahweh. Okay, let's go to Exodus 4. Exodus 4. Let's see. Okay, Exodus 4. Start the first verse.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses answered and said,
No, I meant, okay, I got to do the wrong. My fault. Yeah, okay. I got the wrong book. Okay, yeah, Exodus 4.
And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me.
He told Yahweh that people ain't going to believe me just like they don't believe me today. Read.
Nor hearken unto my voice.
And they ain't going to listen to nothing I'm saying. Today they ain't going to believe me and they ain't going to listen to me. And all I'm telling them is what thus said Yah said. Read.
For they will say, Yahweh hath not appeared unto thee.
Yahweh ain't told you nothing. Yahweh ain't gave you no wisdom not to understand. He ain't did nothing with you.
And Yahweh said unto him,
He said this unto Moses now. Watch what he going to do for Moses.
What is this? What is that in thy hand?
He had a rod in his hand. Moses had a rod in his hand.
And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground.
Yahweh say, throw the rod on the ground, Moses.
And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent.
It became a snake.
And Moses fled from before it.
That's right.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, Put forth thy hand, and take it by the tail.
Take the snake by the tail.
And he put forth his hand and caught it.
He caught it by the tail, just like Yahweh said.
And it became a rod in his hand.
And it became a rod. Went from a snake back to a rod. Read.
That they may believe that Yahweh Elohim of their fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee.
That's right. Read.
And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, Put now thy hand into thy bosom.
Put your hand into your bosom.
And he put his hand into his bosom.
And when Moses put his hand in his bosom,
and when he took it out,
and when he brought it back out,
behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
It was white as snow. He was jet black, but when he put his hand in his bosom and brought it out, it was snow white.
And he said, Put thy hand into thy bosom
again. Put your hand back into your bosom.
And he put his hand into his bosom again.
And he put it again.
And plucked it out of his bosom.
And when he brought it back out,
and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
It went back to black. His other flesh was black. It went back for black. Now this is Almighty work with Moses.
And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee.
If they will not believe you, Moses.
Neither hearken to the voice of the first sign.
And if they don't listen to the first sign when you dropped that rod on the ground and became a snake, if they don't believe
that they will believe the voice of the latter sign.
They're going to believe the sign about that arm was black and now it's white and went back to black.
And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river, and pour it upon the dry land, and upon the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon dry land.
Now they will believe that sign. If when he turned that river to blood.
And Moses said unto Yahweh, O my Yahweh, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken to thy servant, but I am slow of speech.
I stutter when I talk. I know a couple brothers that do that.
And of a slow tongue.
And I'm a slow tongue. Take me a while to get my words out. That's what Moses telling Yahweh. Watch what Yahweh say though.
And Yahweh said unto him, Who have made man's mouth?
I'm the one made your mouth, just like he made my mouth and everybody's mouth on the internet and everybody's mouth in the world. He made Moses' mouth.
Or who maketh the dumb?
If you dumb, the Most High made you dumb.
Or deaf?
If you deaf and can't hear nothing, the Almighty Yahweh made you deaf.
Or the seeing?
And if you blind like Stephen Wonder and Ray Charles, the Most High made them not see.
Or the blind? Have not I Yahweh?
That's right, Yahweh do it all. He make everything and everybody.
Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth.
You go and do what I say, Moses. I'm going to be with that mouth of yours.
And teach thee what thou shalt say.
And I'm going to teach you what to say. Pop corn out your mouth. I'm going to teach you how to pop it.
And he said, O my Yahweh, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Moses.
That's right. Upset at Moses.
And he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother?
And he said, ain't Aaron your brother, the Levite, Moses?
I know that he can speak well.
I know he can pop corn. He can speak well.
And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee.
He coming to meet you, Moses.
And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart.
That's right.
And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth.
Put words in his mouth like he doing with me today. Putting these same words that he put in Moses' mouth, he put them in my mouth to pop it to y'all.
And I will be with thy mouth.
And Yahweh gonna be with his mouth just like he with my mouth today.
And with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do.
And I'm teaching you about the laws and statutes and precept and judgment commandment. Nothing else. Read.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
That's right. A Philadelphia lawyer, spokesman, know how to pop it good.
And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of Elohim.
Okay, that's all I needed with that. That was Exodus 4. Let's go to Exodus 19.
You know, read the definition of believe.
Oh, yeah, the definition. I forgot that. Yeah, read the definition of believe. I forgot to read the definition of believe, y'all.
Believe, to accept as true or real.
For to accept what's true and real. Yahweh is the truth and he real.
To have confidence or faith.
You got to have confidence and faith in Yah.
To have faith, especially religious faith.
But we ain't no religious people. We are covenant people, so that's a lie. We ain't no religious people. We are covenant people. Read.
To have confidence in the value, worth, existence.
We got confidence in Yah. Not no money, not no man and nothing else. We got confidence in Yah. Okay. What I say, Exodus 19? Yeah. Okay, let me get it real quick. Okay, so 19. And let me see. Start at the 9th verse.
Exodus chapter 19, verse 9. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the
believe thee forever. That's the word believe forever. You supposed to believe in Yahweh forever, all the way to the graveyard. Don't let nobody change your mind. Talking about another book. He said this, she said that. No, it's thus said Yah. Read.
And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go unto the people.
Now show me where he said something to anybody in the New Testament or the Quran or the Book of the Dead or any other book. Show me where Yahweh spoke to anybody in another book, and I'll send you $500.
And sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes.
Wash their clothes, because in the New Testament you can't wash your hands.
And be ready against the third day. For the third day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
Now watch this, y'all. This is heavy and deep right here. Yahweh gonna come down and on Mount Sinai.
And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about.
That's right.
Saying, Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount.
Don't go to Mount Sinai now.
Or touch the border of it.
Don't even touch the border of Mount Sinai.
Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death.
Whoever touched that holy mountain of Zion gonna be put to death. Because Moses had to take his shoes off. That mountain so holy. And he spoke to Yah. Read.
There shall not a hand touch it,
Not no man touch it.
but he shall surely be stoned.
That's right. You're gonna be stoned if you touch that mountain.
Or shot through, whether it be beast or man.
Ain't no bird gonna fly on it. Ain't no ox gonna be on it. He don't want nobody on it.
It shall not live.
Anything that touch that Mount Sinai ain't gonna live.
When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes.
And then wash their clothes over here.
And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives.
Don't have sex with your wives. That's right. Don't do this. And wash your clothes. Don't have sex with your wives.
And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
They trembled because that thunder and lightning was so loud, scared them to death.
And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet and Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with Elohim, and they stood at the nether part of the mount.
They stood back.
And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because Yahweh descended upon it in fire.
In fire.
And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace.
That's right.
And the whole mount quaked greatly.
Earthquake greatly.
And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long, and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and Elohim answered him by a voice. And Yahweh came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount.
Yahweh came down up on Mount Sinai.
And Yahweh called Moses up to the top of the mount.
Now show me anybody that he called in another book. He called Moses. Did he call JC? No, he did. He ain't called on none of them. Muhammad, he ain't called nobody but Moses. This is the book that you're supposed to be reading and looking at and understanding and going by. Read.
And Moses went up.
Moses went up because Yahweh called him.
And Yahweh said unto Moses.
And this was Yahweh said to Moses. He's speaking all through this book.
Go down, charge the people, lest they break through to Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish.
Go down, because if they touch that mountain, they're going to perish.
And let the priests also, which come near to Yahweh, sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth upon them. And Moses said unto Yahweh, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai.
That's right. Can't nobody come on Mount Sinai but Moses.
For thou chargest us, saying, set bounds about the mount, and sanctify it. And Yahweh said unto him, away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto Yahweh, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them.
Okay, that's all I needed. That was Exodus 19.
Yeah.
Let me go see. Numbers. Let's go to Numbers. Numbers 14. Let's start, I guess, at the first verse.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron.
There they go complaining again.
And the whole congregation said unto them, would Elohim that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would Elohim we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore hath Yahweh brought us unto this land?
Now they complaining. Why he bring us out of Egypt? Because they wanted to stay in Egypt like a fool.
To fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey. Were it not better for us to return into Egypt?
Want to be a slave. Our people love being a slave. That's the same thing they want to do. Why leave America? America is the greatest country in the world. They do this, they do that. They ain't greater than Jerusalem. When we get over there, we're going to be kings and queens.
And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt,
And look, they want to make a captain go back to Egypt like a fool. These people are retarded.
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel, and Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes.
That's right, cause they was Caleb and Joseph, and they was 100 in Isaiah.
And they spake unto all the and they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land.
That's right, the land of milk and honey, land of Canaan.
If Yahweh delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey.
That's right.
Only rebel not ye against Yahweh.
Only be patient and don't rebel against Yahweh, fool.
Neither fear ye the people of the land.
And quit being scared of everybody else.
For they are bread for us.
They ain't fought in the windstorm for us.
Their defense is departed from them.
That's right, because Yahweh with you, who can be against you?
Yeah, and Yahweh is with us.
Yahweh with us, so don't be worried about nobody else.
Fear them not.
Don't be scared of them, because I ain't studying.
But all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of Yahweh appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And Yahweh said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me?
How long will these hard-headed, stiff-necked people want to serve somebody else God and worship and do all this evil stuff?
And how long will it be ere they believe me?
How long they ain't going to believe in Yah?
For all the signs which I have showed among them.
Everything that I have showed you, people, you still ain't got no faith and you still don't believe in Yah. You got to be retarded.
I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moses said unto Yahweh, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people and thy might from among them. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou Yahweh art among this people, that thou Yahweh art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night.
Mm-hmm.
Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because Yahweh was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Yahweh be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, Yahweh is long suffering and of great mercy.
That's right, because he's long suffering, great mercy,
forgiving iniquity and transgression.
He got boy, because if he wasn't like this, wouldn't be nobody on earth.
And by no means clearing the guilty.
Oh, he ain't gonna forget about what you done did either.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I pray thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy.
If it weren't for Moses saying this, they'd have been in trouble.
As thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And Yahweh said, I have pardoned according to thy word, but as
I only forgave these people because of you, Moses.
But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of Yahweh, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swore unto their fathers.
And the reason why they ain't gonna see the land, because they didn't have no faith, and they didn't trust in Yah, and they didn't want no, and they didn't believe in Yah. Read now, watch this though. This the only one's gonna see it.
Neither shall any of them that provoked me see it, but my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him.
That's right. You got to have a different spirit than these evil, wicked people. Your spirit got to be different. And Yahweh say, Caleb, that's one. He 100. Read.
And have followed me fully.
And follow him. That's right.
Him will I bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwell in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the
It's
murmur.
still evil today. This congregation is still evil right now today.
I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel,
And Yahweh hear your murmuring today.
which they murmur against me.
That's right. They have doubt in Yah. Ain't got no faith in Yah.
Say unto them, As truly as I live, saith Yahweh, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward.
Everybody that's 20 years old and upward, is older 20 on up, watch this.
Which have murmured against me.
Everybody in the world is 20 years old and up. They have murmured against Yahweh.
Doubtless ye shall not come into the land.
You ain't going to the Holy Land. 20 years old and upward. So 19 on down, you can make it. But if you're 20 years old and up, you going to hell. You ain't going to make it. Read.
Concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh,
And only one going is Caleb
and Joshua the son of Nun,
and the son of Nun. That's all I needed. Them the only ones believed in Yah and had faith and trusted in Yah was 20 years old. 19 on down, and Caleb and Caleb and Joshua. That's right. Okay, go back to let me go to Deuteronomy. Let's see. I think I read. Let me see. Okay, no, I don't want that. Let's go to 2 Kings. 2 Kings, the 17th chapter. Okay, 7 Kings, 17, 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, and start at the 7th verse.
2 Kings chapter 17, verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh their Elohim,
And where we went, we sinned against Yahweh,
which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt,
brought us up out of slavery, and we still didn't believe in Yah.
and had feared other deities,
And you fear this New Testament and this Quran and all these other books. You fear them.
and walked in the statutes of the heathen,
And you listen to what the heathen say. Whatever the heathen tell you to do, that's what you do, fool. But you ain't gonna do nothing Yahweh say.
whom Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against Yahweh their Elohim.
What is secretly things? Things you think you're doing right, but you're doing wrong. You're doing secretly things, thinking you're right, but you're 100% wrong.
And they built them high places in all their cities,
And you went to church, the whole house like they doing today.
from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill,
That's right. You set up images, pictures, and statues, and crosses, and all this stuff in the high places with the church houses.
and under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen whom Yahweh carried away before them.
Just like the Roman Catholic carrying that thing with their smoke in it, burning incense. That's what the Catholics do.
And wrought wicked things to provoke Yahweh to anger.
And provoke him to anger. That's right.
For they serve idols.
Everybody on this earth serving an idol, other than the people that serve Yah.
Whereof Yahweh has said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing.
You ain't got no business going to church and serving an idol and listen to that New Testament or Quran. Don't do this thing.
Yet Yahweh testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways.
Yahweh say, turn from your evil ways.
and keep my commandments and my statutes.
And he say, keep his commandments and his statute. That means stop doing that evil stuff. Because ain't now one of his commandments told you to go to church, be baptized, eat pork chops, and none of that. And keep these pagan holidays. That is not in his commandment. Now read that again.
Yet Yahweh testified against Israel
Told us, the children of Israel, his people,
and against Judah
the tribe of Judah,
by all the prophets
Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Isaiah,
and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways.
Stop doing evil, people.
And keep my commandments and my statutes.
And keep Yahweh commandments and statutes, people.
According to all the law which I commanded your fathers.
That's right. Just like he told our fathers back then, he's telling us today to keep his laws.
And which I sent to you by my servants, the prophets.
Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Moses, and the prophets of the Old Testament. Because he ain't got no prophets in no other book. They only in the Old Testament, his prophets.
Notwithstanding, they would not hear.
They ain't going to hear.
But harden their necks.
But harden their necks. They ain't going to listen to me or Moses. They ain't going to listen to the prophets and the servants.
Like to the neck of their fathers that did not believe in Yahweh the Elohim.
And the same thing today, the people don't believe in Yah. They believe in money. They believe in their job. They believe in the pastor, the preacher, everything but Yah. You believe in the wrong thing, fool. Read.
And they rejected his statutes.
And they don't want to have nothing to do with Yahweh's statutes because his statutes is too hard, they said. Or they don't want to do it no way because they want to do what they want to do.
And his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them, and they followed vanity.
They rather follow vanity stuff that ain't got no value, don't mean nothing.
And became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about
and
them.
They did just like the Gentile, the heathen that they living around. Monkey see, monkey do. They break his laws, you break his laws. They go to church, you go to church. You eat pork chops, they eat pork chops. Everything that they do, the heathen do that you do.
Concerning whom Yahweh had charged them, that they should not do like them.
Don't do like these other people. Don't do like the Puerto Rican, the Mexican, the white folks, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Russian, the German, the English man. Don't do like these people.
And they left all the commandments of Yahweh their Elohim.
Because you're going to stop keeping the commandments of Yah if you do like everybody else.
And made them molten images.
And you're going to make a cross, a graven image, or talk about that Muslim God.
Even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worship all the host of heaven.
You're going to worship everything, the sun, the moon, the stars, and that picture on your wall.
And serve Baal.
And you're going to serve another God, another deity.
And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire.
That's right, cremation. You're going to cremate your body, which we don't do. That's a lie.
And use divination and enchantments.
Going to use psychic and witchcraft and black magic and voodoo. Most black people in this world, if you take a broom and sweep their feet, they'll be ready to kill you because they believe in that witchcraft junk. If you grab a broom and start sweeping, black folks go to run in the backpedal and get back because they scared of that broom. You gonna scared of the broom and you scared of Yahweh. That's really how retarded you is. I had to prove to everybody. I sweep my feet in front of her. I say, I take a broom and sweep my feet, let you know I'm not. Is it a broom? Go get that broom. Let me sweep my feet. Let me show you what I'm talking about. These people scared to death of that. Give me that broom. Let me demonstrate. Now, here go a broom. I'm going to sweep my feet. That's what I'm going to do. I sweep my feet. Here, put that back up. Now, I've been around plenty of black people. They scared to death of a broom. Oh, that's bad luck. Something going to happen to you. You retarded fool. Almighty going to kill you about that believing in a broom. I just swept my feet for the people. Hold it. Y'all give me a minute. Let me see where I left off at. Yeah, put the broom back up. I want everybody to know if you retarded fool to be scared of a broom. Now, what verse was I at?
18. Therefore, Yahweh was very angry with Israel.
He stayed angry with us.
and remove them out of his sight.
And he always gonna remove us out of his sight when you don't obey him.
There was none left but the tribe of Judah only.
Mm-hmm.
Also Judah kept not the commandments of Yahweh their Elohim,
And they ain't keeping the commandments today,
but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And Yahweh rejected all the seed of Israel.
That's right. All the seed of Israel.
And afflicted them.
That's right.
And delivered them into the hand of spoilers.
Delivered it to our enemies.
Until he had cast them out of his sight.
Mm-hmm. What verse here?
21.
Okay.
For he rent Israel from the house of David.
Okay, that's all I really need. Yeah, that's all I really need. Now go to 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 20 and 20.
Second Chronicles chapter 20.
Let me see if I want to get some more of that. Let's see. Yeah, just 2 Chronicles 20 and 20. Yeah, and 21.
2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 20. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahweh your Elohim.
That's all I want y'all to do is believe in Yahweh.
So shall ye be established. Believe his prophets.
Believe in Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Moses, prophets.
So shall ye prosper.
And you gonna prosper when you believe in Yahweh and his prophets.
And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto Yahweh, and that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army, and to say, Praise Yahweh, for his mercy endureth forever.
And that's what we're gonna do. Praise his mercy forever. Believe in Yahweh to the great Yah. Okay, go to 2 Chronicles 32. Okay, let me see. What did I say? 2 Chronicles?
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 Chronicles 32. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's for my Hezekiah, I think. Let me see. Yeah, go on read. Start the first verse, I guess. No, let me see.
2 Chronicles.
Oh, let me try to cut it in half. Start at the 7th verse.
2 Chronicles chapter 32, verse 7. Be strong and courageous. Be not afraid nor dismayed for the king of Assyria.
Don't be scared of nobody.
Nor for all the multitude that is with him.
Don't be scared of nobody with him. He got a million man march fighting and be studying.
For there be more with us than with him. With him is an arm of flesh, but with us is Yahweh or Elohim to help us.
That's right. We got Yahweh to help us fight. We don't care how many guns and knives or somebody else got. We got Yahweh.
And to fight our battles.
Yahweh gonna fight our battles.
And the people rested themselves upon the words of Hezekiah, king of Judah.
They listened to Hezekiah. Yeah.
After this did stiffnecked, king of Assyria, send his servants to Jerusalem, but he himself laid siege against the chiefs and all his power with him unto Hezekiah, king of Judah.
What verse you in?
9. And unto all.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
And unto all Judah that were at Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith stiffnecked, king of Assyria, whereon do ye trust, that ye abide in the siege in Jerusalem? Do not Hezekiah persuade you to give over yourselves to die by famine and by thirst?
Okay, what verse is now?
11.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Saying, Yahweh or Elohim shall deliver us out of the hand of the king of Assyria. Have not the same Hezekiah taken away his high places and his altars, and commanded Judah and Jerusalem, saying, Ye shall worship before one altar, and burn incense upon it? Know ye not what I and my fathers have done unto all the people of other lands, where the deities of the nations of those lands anyways able to deliver their lands out of my hand?
In other words, can no God help you but Yahweh?
Who was there among all the deities of those nations that my fathers utterly destroyed that could deliver his people out of my hand, that your Elohim should be able to deliver you out of my hand?
That's right, because Yahweh can't nobody deliver you out of Yahweh's hand, and Yahweh can deliver you out of every God's hand. Read.
Now therefore let not Hezekiah deceive you, nor persuade you on this manner, neither yet believe him. For no deity of any nation or kingdom was able to deliver his people out of my hand,
That's a lie.
and out of the hand of his and out of the hand of my fathers. How much more? How much less shall your Elohim deliver you out of my hand? And his servant spake yet more against Yahweh Elohim and against his servant Hezekiah. He wrote also letters to rail on Yahweh Elohim of Israel and to speak against him, saying, as the deities of the nations of other lands have not delivered their people out of my hand, so shall not the Elohim of Hezekiah deliver his people out of my hand. Then they cried. Then they cried with a loud voice in the Jews' speech unto the people of Jerusalem that were on the wall, to affright them and to trouble them, that they might take the city. And they spake against the Elohim of Jerusalem.
What verse you at now?
19.
Okay.
As against the deities of the people of the earth, which were the work of the hands of man. And for this cause Hezekiah the king and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos prayed and cried to the heaven.
That's right. Read.
And Yahweh sent an angel which cut off all the mighty men of valor.
Yahweh can send this angel and kill everybody, kill all the wicked. So trust in Yahweh.
And the leaders and captains in the camp of the king of Assyria.
That's right. He did this to the Syrians.
So he returned with the shame of face to his own land. And when he was come into the house of his deity, they that came forth of his own bowels slew him there with the sword.
That's right, because there can't no God protect you but Yahweh. If you got another God and you count on him, you're a fool.
Thus Yahweh saved Hezekiah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem from the hand of stiffnecked the king of Assyria,
Because Assyria, yeah, he thought he was all that.
and from the hand of
all others,
and guided them on every side.
like I keep saying, Yahweh will fight your battle if you 100 in the eyes of Yah. Don't be scared of no man, no king, nobody. I don't care who it is, how much rank they got. Almighty kill them. Read.
And many brought gifts unto Yahweh to Jerusalem, and presents to Hezekiah king of Judah, so that he was magnified in the sight of all nations from thenceforth.
Right.
And those days Hezekiah was sick to death, and prayed unto Yahweh, and he spake unto him, and gave him a sign. But Hezekiah rendered not again according to the benefit done unto him, for his heart was lifted up. Therefore there was wrath upon him, and upon Judah and Jerusalem. Notwithstanding, Hezekiah humbled himself for the pride of his heart, both he and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so that the wrath of Yahweh came not upon him in the days of Hezekiah.
That's right.
And Hezekiah had exceeding much riches and honor, and he made himself treasuries for silver and for gold and for precious stones and for spices and for shields and for all manner of pleasant jewels, storehouses also for the increase of corn and wine and oil, and stalls for all manner of beasts, and for coats. And coats for flocks.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, he provided him cities and possessions of flocks and herds in abundance, for Elohim had given him sustenance very much. This same Hezekiah also stopped the upper watercourse of Gihon, and brought it straight down to the west side of the city of David.
Mm-hmm.
And Hezekiah prospered in all his works. Howbeit in the business of the ambassadors of the princes of Babylon, who sent unto him to inquire of the wonder that was done in the land, Elohim left him to try him, that he might know all that was in his heart.
And that's how the Almighty do. He gonna try, man. He gonna see if you 100. He gonna see if you gonna pass the check. A lot of people that run their mouth, and when they get under some pressure, they fold. They timid. They scared. Almighty ain't dealing with no weak man like that. Read.
Now the rest of the acts of Hezekiah and his goodness, behold, they are written in the vision of Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, and in the book of the kings
Okay,
of.
that's all I really want. Go back to Deuteronomy 9. Did I read that? Let me see. Let me see if I read that. Deuteronomy 9. Let me see. Did I read that name?
Which verse?
Deuteronomy 9:11. Let me see. I don't think so, but let me.
Yeah.
I read that.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 9:11 on down. Oh yeah, okay. Read that. Let's go to Psalm 78. Okay, Psalm 78. And start the first verse. Cold blooded right here. Oh, listen.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 1. Give ear, O my people,
Oh, his people.
to my law.
Yahweh say, give ear to my people to his law. Yahweh's law.
Incline your ears to the words of my mouth.
Open your ears up. Get the wax out of it. Incline your ears.
I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praises of Yahweh
Talk about Yahweh.
and his strength and his wonderful works that he have done. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children,
That's right. Make known the law to your children. Talk about the law to your children.
that the generations to come might know them, even the children which shall be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in
You're
Elohim
going to set your hope in him.
and not forget the works of Elohim,
And don't never forget the works of Yah.
but keep his commandments,
Keep his commandments.
and might not be as their fathers,
Don't be like their fathers. Watch this.
a stubborn and rebellious generation,
A stubborn and rebellious generation.
a generation that set not their heart aright,
They don't want to do right.
and whose spirit was not steadfast with Elohim.
No, because their spirit is in the New Testament and the Quran and them other books.
The children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle.
That's right.
They kept not the covenant of Elohim
They kept not the covenant of God.
and refused to walk in his law,
And these people refuse to obey and walk in his laws.
and forgot his works
And they forgot all about what Yahweh did.
and his wonders that he had showed them.
That's right.
Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers,
He showed them.
and the land of Egypt,
That's right. Played them 10 times.
and the field of Zoan. He divided the sea and caused them to pass through, and he made the waters to stand as a heap.
That's right. Now, can't nobody do that but Yah.
And the daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with a light of fire.
With a fire at night.
He clave the rocks in the wilderness and gave them drink as out of the great depths.
The water came out the rocks for us.
He brought streams also out of the rock and caused waters to run down like rivers. And they sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness.
After all of this, they still sin. Retarded people.
And they tempted Elohim in their heart by asking meat for their lust. Yea, they spake against Elohim. They said, can Elohim furnish a table in the wilderness?
Now I want to be funny.
Behold, he smote the rock, that the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? Can he provide flesh for his people? Therefore Yahweh heard this and was wroth.
He was angry.
So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel. because they believe not in Elohim
And they still today don't believe in him.
and trusted not in his salvation.
And they don't trust in his salvation. They trust in the New Testament, the preachers, and the Quran, and these other books. That's who they trust in.
though he had commanded the clouds from above and opened the doors of heaven, and had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven. Man did eat angels' food.
If we did eat angels' food,
He sent them meat to the full. He caused an east wind to blow in the heaven, and by his power he brought in the south wind. He rained flesh also upon them as dust, and feathered fowls like as the sand of the sea.
right, he did all of that. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go to Psalm 106. 106. Let's see. Now let's go to let's go to Jeremiah. Let me show you what these people how they trust in a lie. Go to Jeremiah 7. Now, this is what the people trust in right here, a lie. Okay, Jeremiah 7 and let's see. 7 and 8. Jeremiah 7 and 8 and 9 verse.
Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 8. Behold, ye trust in lying words.
Behold, these people in this word trust in lying words. They trust in them other books, the New Testament, the Quran, the Book of the Dead, lying words
That cannot profit.
that you ain't gonna profit from for trusting in these lying words.
Will he steal,
They steal,
murder,
and
commit adultery,
and
swear falsely,
and you swear falsely
and burn incense unto Baal,
to another God,
and walk after other deities whom ye know not,
and you walked out the other God that you don't know nothing about. You just follow monkey do somebody else. You follow out the other God that you know nothing about. Okay, now I want to go to let me see. Let me find it. There's another one there too I want to find. Let's see. Oh yeah. Jeremiah 28 and 15. That's what I want.
Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 15. Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet.
Now Jeremiah is the real prophet and Hananiah is a fake prophet.
Hear now, Hananiah.
Jeremiah say, hear now, Hananiah.
Yahweh have not sent thee.
Yahweh ain't sent no Peter, Paul, Luke, or John, no New Testament, no Hadith, no Quran, no other book. He ain't sent them.
But thou makest this people to trust in a lie.
But you make people trust in the New Testament. That's a lie. The Quran is a lie. And all these other books is a lie. You make the people trust in a lie. Read.
Therefore thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth.
Off the face of the earth. Because you make people trust in a lie.
This year thou shalt die.
This very year you gonna die, Hananiah, for making these people trust in the lie.
Because thou hast taught rebellion against Yahweh.
Because you have taught rebellions against Yahweh. You had talked against Yahweh.
So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month.
He died the same year in the 7th month. Why? Because he taught the people to trust in a lie. Now, I'm ready for comment and questions. Let's see what they're saying on this thing. Okay, Shalom, Jewel Gladdy, and Armand, Rakim Alexander, Linus Arthur, Kevin Houston. Who else? Let's see. Okay. Shalom, brothers, and all the sisters on here. Now, do anybody have any comments or questions about what I just read about and what I talked about? The people don't want no parts of Yahweh. They don't believe and they stiff-necked and hard-headed and rebellious. Anybody got any comment or questions about this, about the lesson? Oh, okay, Rasta here. Appreciate you, brother. Pop that coin. Yes, sir. You Rasta here say you pop that coin today. That's right. Yeah, you know, that's right. The Almighty, you know, hey, that's my job to do. This is my duty, man. That's what I put on earth to do is pop this coin for y'all. Okay. Yeah. You see I sweep my feet for him? These niggas scared to death of a broom. They go to backpedaling and running backwards when you see a broom. Now you ain't got to run no more because I showed you, boy, I'm not studying on broom. You more scared of that broom than you scared of the Most High Yah. You got to be a zip, zap, retarded fool. If you think a broom can do something to you, you got that from down in Louisiana somewhere. Yeah. So we gonna believe in Yah. Oh yeah, that's right, Hebrew man. Boy, hey, he probably been on some jobs, man. I go to sweeping that floor, boy, they get the tap dancing and backpedaling about that broom. I just swept my feet today. I showed him, boy, I ain't studying no broom. Yeah. That's how brainwashed and bamboozled our people is and hoodwink. They more scared of a broom than they is Yahweh. That means you're a retarded D-A-M fool. Yes, sir. You ain't got sense of the jaybird nor how to fly a jet. If you think that broom gonna do something to you, Almighty he the one gonna do it to you, not the broom. Yah. So do anybody else have any comment or question about the lesson, about the subject? Okay, Uzziah, Israel. Yeah, get that off of them so I can see. Let's see. Okay. Shalom, Uzziah, Israel, Gabriel, Ben Israel. Hey, y'all writing in Hebrew on me, man. I can't speak no Hebrew, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta cut it out, man. Boy, they putting the Hebrew up on there, man. I can't. Y'all get me lost now, man. Pump your brakes, slow down, man. Y'all know I ain't speaking no Hebrew, man. I can't do it, man. I can't even read it. I can't read Hebrew, man. Y'all too deep for me right now. Now y'all putting that Hebrew on me, man. I can't do that now. Y'all cold-blooded with that. Yeah, they putting Hebrew up on the screen. I can't read that, man. Y'all gotta come on back down to earth. Come on back to English, man. I can't do it right now. Yeah. They got Hebrew on the internet for me, man. Y'all cold-blooded with it, bro. But I like it though, man. I love it and like it. I just can't read it right now. I ain't that advanced yet, bro. Y'all gotta come with English with me. Okay, Jewel Gladys say go to Jeremiah 32 and 31. Get to Jeremiah 32 and 31. No, she said 32 and 30. My fault. Jewel Gladys say go to Jeremiah 32 and 30.
Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 30. For the children of Israel and the children of Judah have only done evil before me from their youth.
That's right, ever since they were young.
For the children of Israel have only provoked me to anger with the work of their hands.
That's right, with the work of their hands. Absolutely right, Jewel.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it. That's right. Provoking Yahweh anger with your hands. Making stuff that you ain't got no business making. And she said go to Psalm 60 and 4. That's corn, Jewel Gladys. She said go to Psalm 60 and 4.
Psalms chapter 60, verse 4. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed before that it may be displayed because of the truth. Selah.
That's right. giving them a balance. Absolutely right. Yeah, buddy. Okay, Rostar here say go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 20, is it 20, 28 and 15, yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 15.
Yeah.
Then said the prophet Jeremiah to Hananiah the prophet, Hear now, Hananiah, Yahweh have not sent thee.
Yahweh ain't sent no Christian, or no Muslim, or no Messianic. He ain't sent none of them.
But thou makest this people to trust in a lie.
And you make everybody trust in the New Testament and the Quran a lie. The mother books. That's all of it. Yeah, we have read. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make the world deceive the world and thinking these other books is the truth. Ain't but one truth and one law. And it's only found in this book, not no other book. Yeah, y'all read that already, Rasta here. Yeah, I read that, brother. But we can read it again. You know, it's all love, though. Yeah. What my man, our man, Rakim Alexander talking about, man, hey, I know the Egyptologists, what you talking about, brother? Even though we still love you, homie. You know, as long as you praising the mighty Yah and King David, boy, I ain't got nothing but love for you. Yes, sir. Yeah. I think you told me that once before. Yeah. And these brothers on here gonna beat you up now. They gonna beat you up, our man Rakim, about that Egyptology. You know, I beat you up too. But man, look, we ain't studying no another book with this one. The Book of the Dead, I'm gonna get one day though and read it. Okay. Look, Mark Anthony, come on, man. You got your name in Hebrew. Okay. That's your name in Hebrew, Mark Anthony? Okay, Mark Anthony say go to Psalms 103 and 17-18. Is that you, Mark Anthony, written in Hebrew, your name in Hebrew, brother?
Psalms chapter 103, verse 17
and 18. Yeah.
But the mercy of Yahweh is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him.
That's right. Only the ones that fear him, not no broom.
And his righteousness unto children's children.
That's right.
To such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them.
That's right. Remember his commandment to do them. You popping corn. You're absolutely right. Yes, sir. And his commandment ain't never told you to be scared of no broom. Okay, Rasta here say go to Deuteronomy 29 and 24 through 29. Yeah, Deuteronomy 29, 24 through 29. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 24. Even all nations shall say, Wherefore hath Yahweh done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Then men shall say, Because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh Elohim of their fathers.
That's the reason why he did it to the land, because they forsaken the covenant of Yah. Read all the way to 29.
Which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt.
That's right.
For they went and served other deities.
That the same thing we doing in America. We serving another God, another man's God. Ain't nothing changed.
And worship them.
And we still worship the New Testament and the Quran, them books that ain't worth two dead flies.
Deities whom they knew not.
And we didn't know nothing about this junk. We didn't know nothing about no Quran, no New Testament, all this junk they doing.
And whom he had not given unto them.
And he didn't give us the New Testament or the Quran. You popping corn, brother. You popping corn right there. Yes, sir. He didn't give us them books. Read. That's it. 29.
And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against this land.
And he gonna be mad.
To bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book.
That's when we curse today. That's right. That's when we dying like flies in the street. Now, do y'all see what happened to that black boy in Memphis? Them police whooped that man to death like that. Boy, that's a part of evil. All that's evil what's going on in the world. But I'm gonna show you who done it. Y'all think the police did? Let me hold on. Let's go to Rasta here. Said that was Deuteronomy. Okay, now we're gonna go to Rasta here. Say go to Isaiah 31 and 3.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not Elohim, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall, fell together.
Right. Okay, brother. Yes, sir. That's corn too. Okay. Oh, okay. Mark. Well, let me see. Amen. Rakim says Salem on the Shabbat. I was speaking on God's wife, wisdom. Man, come on, man. He ain't got no. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you who his wife is. Let me show you who the Almighty wife is. Let me go. He ain't got no wife by that name, brother. Let me show you who his wife is. Let me get that right quick. Let me see. Well, let me show you, amen, Rakim, who the Yahweh wife is. Go to Jeremiah 4. No, because you make a mistake right now. That ain't his wife. Okay, I want you to start at the 12th verse. Y'all hold your comments and questions for a minute, because A.M. Rakim say the Almighty wife name, what's her name? Would you say? Sophia. Now you got that off of that. What's that movie Sophia was in when what's it called was whooping on?
The Color Purple.
Yeah, you got that off The Color Purple. But come on, read this. We got this out of this book here. Watch that. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 12. Even a full wind from those.
No, Jeremiah 4 and I said no 3. My fault. Jeremiah 3 and 12. Now let me show you who his wife is, who Yahweh's wife is. You got that off The Color Purple, that's Sophia. So I got it out of this book right here. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 12.
Yeah.
Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel.
Oh, backsliding Israel,
saith Yahweh.
Say Yahweh said this.
And I will not cause my anger to fall upon you.
I ain't gonna be mad at you, Israel.
For I am merciful.
For I'm merciful. I'll forgive you and forgive you.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said this.
And I will not keep anger forever.
I'm not gonna be mad at my people forever and ever.
Only acknowledge thy iniquity.
Only acknowledge what you did, your sins.
That thou hast transgressed against Yahweh thy Elohim.
That you have went to the Quran and the New Testament and all these other books against Yahweh.
And have scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree. And ye have not obeyed my voice.
And you ain't obeyed his voice. And his voice is only in the Old Testament, no other book.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it. I didn't say it. Yahweh said it.
Turn, O backsliding children.
Now this the verse that I want, amen. He said, turn, O backsliding children.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it, not The Color Purple. Yahweh said this, not on The Color Purple. Sophia, read.
For I am married unto you.
I'm married to the children of Israel. I'm not married to no Sophia, because she on Color Purple. That's where you got that from, or out another book. Read it again. Yahweh say what?
Turn.
No, start over. 14.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you.
I'm married to the children of Israel. Read.
And I will take you one of these cities.
I'll take one of you out of Chicago.
And two of a family.
And two out of a family.
And I will bring you to Zion.
And I'm going to take you back home with me to Zion, to Jerusalem.
And I will give you pastors according to my heart.
And I'm going to give you people like Moses, Isaiah, and Ezekiel that can pop corn.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And they're going to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So that's who Yahweh married to, Israel. That's his wife. Not no Sophia, brother. You got that out the color purple. Okay, let me hold it. They're going too fast. It can't go down no more because I done missed
Use the
something.
arrows to go up.
How you do it?
Just
Now I
press-
want to go back down because I'm missing something.
Just press up and down.
I'm going to just go down.
Yeah, that goes down.
It ain't going
And the other
down.
one goes up.
Well, what
Oh, this goes down, and that goes up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I get it. I'm missing some of these comments. Okay. Okay, Jewel, glad that we ain't got Ezra in this book. Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. I got a Hebrew name. It's Hebrew. Okay, Zachary. Boy, again, I can't hardly pronounce your name, bro. All right. I hear you, brother. Go ahead on with your bad self. Okay. Yeah, we believe in wisdom. Wisdom come from Yah. That's right. Wisdom come from Yah. Okay, Rostar here say, did we read Jeremiah 3 and 20? No, we didn't. Yeah, Rostar here said,
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 20. Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband,
that's right.
so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, saith Yahweh.
That's right. You talking about the Almighty married to Sophia. That's a lie there. I don't know what book you got that out of. I'll send you $500 if you can show me that Almighty married to Sophia. Only Sophia y'all know was in the book of The Color Purple on the movie. Sophia. Okay. That's the only Sophia y'all know. Let me see. Go to Hosea 2 and 9. I just showed you what our book say. He married Israel. We his wife.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 9. Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness.
Okay, all right. Yeah. We can't find Sophia nowhere in the book. I ain't read nothing about no Sophia in the Old Testament, so that's irrelevant. We ain't thinking about no Sophia. I ain't thinking about it. Let me see. How you do it again? Let me see. I'll go the wrong way. Okay. Sophia Hebrew, she is called Hakaman. Well, show it to me in the Old Testament. Show me something in this book. But the mother books is irrelevant, bro. I just told you, Israel rebels. They want to listen to all these other books, and the Most High don't speak in no other book but this one. Okay, get that off of there. It says down. Sure. Okay. Then it's out to say the same JC is false Greek idol named Zeus. You absolutely right, brother. That's what Zeus. That's a Greek name. Come from JC Zeus. I mean, yeah. Okay, Rostel Hill say go to Isaiah 54 and 5. Okay, now hold up. When we go there first, okay. Go read Rostel Hill say first. Isaiah 54 and 5. What that say?
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 5. For thy maker is thine husband, Yahweh of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The Elohim of the whole earth shall be, the Elohim of the whole earth shall he be called.
That's right. There you go, popping corn again, brother. All right. Who is wisdom? Speaking in Proverbs 8. Go to 8 and 23. I already know what he's talking about. Let me break it down right quick. 8 and 20, I think, what did it say? 8 and 20. Let me see. 8 and 22. Okay, read that 8 and 22.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22. Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old.
Okay. He is talking about, keep reading.
I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were when there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above.
Now, come on, let me show you what it was right quick. Go to Genesis. Let me find that right quick. Let me see. One in let me see. 1 in 26. Let me see. Okay, read that. Read Genesis 1 and 26.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Now Yahweh was talking to his angels. Them was his angels in the beginning. Wasn't nothing in the beginning but Yahweh and his angels. And then he made man. So he had to be talking about his angels in the beginning. If they were from back then, his angels. And because the angels say, let us make man in our image. But they didn't make man. The Almighty did it by itself. They just made a response. I mean, just said, let us make man. But the Almighty was having a conversation with his angels. He was having a conversation with his angels, so his angel was at the beginning. That's who he made first. He made the angel before he made a man. Okay, let me get to whatever. Hold on. If we read Rasta here say go, we read Isaiah 54:5. Yeah, we read. I think we read that. Okay. 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 He still put the Hebrew name. Mark Anders say go to Psalms 106. Did we read 106 and 34 through 48? No, we didn't. Yeah. Mark Anders say go to Psalms 106 verse 34 through 48. Read that.
Psalm chapter 106, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
That's right.
Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters.
That's right. That's what our people did. Wickedness.
Whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions.
With their own invention. They made it up themselves. Own invention. That 40 to 48?
No.
Okay.
Therefore was the wrath of Yahweh kindled against his people.
That's when bad stuff happening to Israel, our people.
Insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them.
That's right. Give it to the hand of the enemy. The people that hate you, the people gonna rule over you.
Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel, and were brought low for their iniquity. Nevertheless, he regarded their affliction when he heard their cry, and he remembered for them his covenant, and
Right. Yeah.
and,
Keep reading.
and repented according to the multitude of his mercies. He made them also to be pity of all those that carried them captives. Save us, O Yahweh our Elohim, and gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto thy holy name, and to triumph in thy praise. Blessed be Yahweh Elohim of Israel from everlasting to everlasting. And let all the people say, Amen. Praise ye Yahweh.
Right. Right. That's right, brother. That was corn too. Okay. What is? Did we? Rasta here say go to 45 and 20.
So,
We read that.
you talking about in Psalm?
No, Isaiah 45 and 20. Rasta here say Isaiah 45 and 20. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 20. Assemble yourselves and come, draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image,
Yeah, they got no knowledge to believe in these other books because they were set up by man. They were set up by Yah. They was invented by another man, not Yah. Read.
and pray unto a deity that cannot save.
And you pray through this book in the New Testament that can't save you. Or in the Quran that can't save you. Okay, Rasta here say go to Hosea 4, 1 through 3.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear the word
1 through 13, I mean, not 3, 1 through 13. Yeah.
Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel.
He talking to us. Listen to his word, not no other book.
For Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Elohim in the land.
That's right. In this land right now, there ain't no mercy and truth for y'all. Everybody doing what they want to do. They ain't serving y'all.
By swearing and lying and killing,
Everybody swearing, lying, and killing,
and stealing,
and stealing,
and committed adultery,
and committing adultery. They doing all this today.
they break out, and blood toucheth blood.
Blood killing blood. Right.
Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priests. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's right. The people gonna be destroyed for lack of knowledge. You think you're right, but you're wrong, and you can't nobody tell you nothing. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because when I'm in this book trying to show you about thus said y'all keep his laws and statute commandment judgment, you don't want no parts of that.
I will also reject thee.
Almighty ain't studying you if you believe Sophia is God's wife and you believe in the New Testament and all these other books. The Almighty ain't studying you. Read.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
You ain't going back home to be no priest with Yahweh.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Elohim.
Because you forgotten the law of Yah. You don't keep his law. You talking about somebody else. You talking about what another book said.
I will also forget thy children.
Yahweh gonna forget your children. He ain't gonna be thinking about you or your children.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me.
The more they got older, the more they sin.
Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
And he gonna turn your glory into shame. You on a cloud 9 today. Tomorrow you ain't gonna be worth 2 dead flies. Because he will give you a stroke, a heart attack, and cancer and everything else. The Almighty give it to you.
They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways.
And will punish them for their ways.
And reward them for their doings. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to Yahweh. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declare unto them.
Mm-hmm.
For the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their Elohim.
They're going to horn out of another god.
They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
That's right. That's what's going on in the world today. Absolutely, Rasta here. Okay, Rasta here say go to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 27 to 28. Oh, let me ask, Rakim, why you couldn't get that money? Let me talk. Amen, Rakim Alexander. Why you didn't get that $1,000 last week? I'm talking to Rakim. You know, since he's so educated and brain is smart, why come you couldn't get that $1,000 last week? I'm talking to Amen, Rakim. I had I gave you 2 weeks to get it. A part 1 and a part 2 and a part 3. If you know what you talking about, and I don't know nothing, I'm dumb as a box of rock, why come you can't get that $1,000? Now tell me why you didn't get that money last week or the week before. Since I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't nobody else respond but Rakim. It was his name, Amen, Rakim Alexander. Why you didn't get that money last week? Since I'm the dummy and you the smart man. I just want to know that. Answer that. Everybody else hold their comment and question. I want Amen, Rakim Alexander to speak. Why you didn't get that money last week? Since I'm the dummy and you the smart man. Silent nights, holy nights. It take all day to answer when I ask a question. I just want to know if I'm the dummy and you the smart man, you supposed to have $1,000 in your pocket coming from me. Now let's talk about that. Since you want to talk about Sophia and some that's irrelevant to the book. Okay. Let me see what you're talking about. No, I don't want to hear nothing about that. I said, why you didn't get that money last week? Don't be talking about no apples. I'm talking about oranges. I ain't studying no Book of the Dead. Now answer my question. I asked you why you didn't get that money last week. I'm not studying no Book of the Dead or nothing dead. Let me show you what the Most High said about dead. Since you want to talk about the Book of the Dead, let me show you what Most High said about dead. Where I want to go. Okay, I think I want Ecclesiastes. Go to Ecclesiastes right quick. Let me show you what the Most High said about dead. Since you talking about the Book of the Dead, let me show you what our book said about dead. Let me show you what it say. Okay, go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Everybody go, let's see what our book say about dead. Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Okay, chapter 9, verse 4 and 5. Watch what our book say about the dead. A dead book.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 4.
Yes, read.
For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope.
All the living is hope.
For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
Yahweh said a living dog food is better than a dead lion. We ain't dealing with nothing dead. Read.
For the living know that they shall die.
The living know you gonna die. You know you gonna die one day. Read.
But the dead know not anything.
The dead don't know nothing. The book of the dead don't know nothing. That's what our book said.
Neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten.
The memory forgotten about the book of the dead. We ain't thinking about nothing dead. We talking about what's alive. That's what counts. We in the land of the living, not the land of the dead. That's right. Our book say living is better than dying. That's right. So you can miss me with that book of the dead, because I just showed you our book say living is better than dead. Now, so you can do something else with that book of the dead, brother. I don't care who gave it a name, but you holler about Book of the Dead. When I want to show you that, now you want to change up on me. You want to switch up on me now. No, I ain't gonna let you switch up. But first it was called the Book of the Dead. Now you want to talk about it something else. No, I ain't gonna let you get away. I'll barbecue you and roast you at the same time. Okay, now let's see what Mark Anthony say. Go to Psalms 119 and 155. I just barbecued you now. Go on somewhere and cool off. We ain't thinking about no Book of the Dead. I just told you what dead mean. Dead don't know nothing.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 155.
And you still didn't answer me why you didn't get that money last week.
Salvation is far from the wicked.
Okay, right. That's Psalm 119, 155. That's what they say. Mark Anthony say Psalms 119. No, ain't no 155 is no Psalm. No, that's wrong now. But ain't no 155 is it?
119?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes, right, because it's 176 in Psalm, I think. I mean 119, 106.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, that's right. You're right, brother. Go to Mark Anthony say read Psalm 119, 155.
Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes.
That's right. Far from the wicked. They don't seek the stat. They talking about another book. They talking about Sophia. And we ain't thinking about no Sophia. Go to Psalm 119 and 158. Just skip on down to 158.
Verse 158.
Yeah.
I beheld the transgressors and was grieved, because they kept not thy word.
They kept not the word of Yah. That's right. Okay, Rasta here say go to Isaiah 8 and 20.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
To the law and to the testimony.
That's right. To the law and to the testimony. They don't speak read.
If they speak now according to this word.
And you ain't speaking according to this word, talking about Sophia married to Yah.
It is because there is no light in them.
Ain't no light in you, because if it was light in you, you wouldn't be talking about no other book. Oh yeah, Marcion. That's right, Lena. Let me read this out. It said, Lena, I'll just say, chief god is Zeus, and his wife is Rhea. Greek promoted Zeus. Their idol god Marcion was a false teacher. That's right. Marcion was the first one to work the first New Testament. Marcion and the Piso family was the original writers of the New Testament, way before the King James version. Okay, go to Rasta. He'll say go to Deuteronomy 4 and 27.
Deuteronomy.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, that makes sense, bro. Yeah. I thought you believed. Since you believe in all these other books, I thought maybe you believed in the New Testament too. Okay, my fault then. I'm sorry. You made a good point. Okay, Rasta here said go to Deuteronomy 4 and 27 and 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27.
Yeah.
And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations.
That's right.
And ye shall be left few in number among the heathen.
That's right.
Whither Yahweh shall lead you. And there ye shall serve deities, the work of men's hands.
You're going to serve the New Testament, the Quran, and the Book of the Dead.
Wood and stone.
Wood and stone.
Which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
Don't do nothing. Ain't no life and no breath in them. That's right. They dead. There you go, brother. You right about that, Rasta here. And he said go to Jeremiah 2 and 26 through 28.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 26. As the chief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets, saying to a stock, Thou art my father, and to a stone, Thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble they shall say, Arise, and save us. But where are their deities that thou hast made thee that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble.
Yeah, and when you get in trouble, let the New Testament, the Quran, and the Book of the Dead say you when you get ready to get in trouble with anybody. Read that again, cause that's corn now.
But where are thy deities that thou hast made thee?
Well, your God that you believe in, you believe in the New Testament, the Quran, the Hadith, and the Book of the Dead.
Let them arise,
Let them arise. Let these other books,
if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble.
if they can save you when you get in trouble.
For according to the number of thy cities are thy deities, O Judah.
Right. Call on them. Because when the Almighty get ready to knock your head off, can't nobody save you. Can't no book in the world save you. If it ain't Moses praying for you, or Ezekiel and Isaiah, or a righteous man to keep it, Lord Almighty gonna knock your head off. He ain't thinking about you. You better have somebody humble that you know that love y'all with all your heart, might, and soul praying for you. That's the only way he gonna hit you. Now, if you ain't one of the chosen men or his servant, he gonna knock your head off. That's it, and that's all. And come on, hit us with some scripture. That's right. Do like these brothers doing on here. Okay, Mark Anthony say go to Psalm 127 and 3. That's right. He said Paul and JC say no woman and be good. That's right. They ain't never been with no woman. Paul and JC ain't never had no woman.
Psalm chapter 127, verse 3.
Yeah.
Lo, children
3 and 4. Yeah.
Lo, children are inheritance of Yahweh, and
children come from Yah.
And the fruit of the womb is his reward.
That's right. Reward when you have plenty of kids, that's a reward from Yah, dog. That's what their vagina for, to have babies.
As for arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth.
That's right. Almighty say, be fruitful and multiply. One was put on earth to have babies. So when she go get a tube tied and have abortion, Almighty ain't studying you. One supposed to be having some babies. Okay. How you do that? Okay. Okay. That's right. Okay. That was Psalms 127. Okay. Okay. Lena's ought to say go to Jeremiah 23 and 28. Jeremiah 23 and 28. Yeah. Lena's ought.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 28. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream.
That's right. Let him keep lying.
And he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully.
That's corn right there, Lena's out. That's right. And we talking about Yahweh's word. He telling us about Sophia on Color Purple. We ain't thinking about that mess.
What is the chaff to the wheat?
That's right.
Saith Yahweh.
That's right. So in other words, we're going to tell Yahweh's word, and you can tell the Book of the Dead word. That's what you can keep doing, our man Rakim Alexander, you know. But you keep on coming on here, you're going to learn something. Okay, Rasta here say go to Proverbs 1 and 24 through 29. Rasta here, Proverbs 1 and 24 through 29. Then after that, I'm going to go and close out, brothers and sisters.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
That's what we doing. Amen, Rakim. We calling you to get up, talk about Yah, and we talking about Yah to you, but you still telling us about Sophie. Read.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
You don't want no pause of Yah.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
When you get in trouble, the Almighty gonna be laughing at you. I'm glad you did.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
When you get scared, somebody terrorize you scared. That's right. Picture you in the forest with two lions coming at your tail or a bear. And the Almighty gonna laugh at you.
When your fear cometh as desolation,
When your fear come up on you as desolation,
and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
there's a whirlwind, hurricane, mudslide, earth, tornado, tree fall in your house.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you,
When you scared to death,
then shall they call upon me,
then you gonna call up on Yahweh, and He ain't gonna be studying you. Read.
but I will not answer.
Almighty ain't thinking about you, cause you ain't thinking about Him. Yahweh say, I ain't thinking about nobody that ain't thinking about me. That's right. Don't call up on me when you get in trouble. When you've been serving the book of the dead and JC and the New Testament and the Quran. Don't call up on me when you finna get your head busted or when you finna die. Don't call up on me. Read. That's it.
They shall seek me early.
You're supposed to be seeking them right now. Amen, Rakim. Right now.
But they shall not find me.
You ain't gonna find them because you waited too late.
For that they hated knowledge.
You hate knowledge. We talking about Yahweh and you talking about Sophia.
And did not choose the fear of Yahweh.
And you didn't choose to fear Yahweh. You choose to fear the book of the dead. Okay. Okay, brothers and sisters. Okay, let me read it. Say. All right. Well, we'll get ready to go. Well, we'll deal with this. We'll deal with Amen Rock. What's his name? Amen Rock Kim Alexander. We'll deal with him next week. But I'm gonna get ready to go and close out, brothers and sisters. I had a good time, and I love doing this, and I'm gonna do it all the way to the graveyard, and that's what it's all about: praising the mighty Yah and waking the people up. But you ain't gonna wake everybody up. We always gonna have some fools on deck that's gonna believe in another book, but that's still okay. But we're gonna do Yahweh all the way to the graveyard on this station. If they want to learn something, they gotta watch this here. But I want to give all honor, glory, and worship and praise to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Ain't but one people, one book, and one God. And that's praise the mighty Yah. Shalom.